Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Shoutout and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to check out something very interesting and it's going to be my most versatile rig that I've ever had. So to start it off with the guitar, here we have my PRS SC245 standard that I have a really deep connection to because of sentimental values, which my girlfriend and my family bought it for me. And recently it had the pickups changed to Seymour Duncan's Seth Lovers by my friend Martin from L&M Guitar Corner. He bought me these pickups as a present and I really appreciate it. It just gave the guitar a whole different sound, much more air to it, much more clearness. So thank you, Martin. I really appreciate this. And also it makes the guitar look way better than the Zebras. So big thumbs up for that. Thank you so much, Martin. So for my amp of choice, I have this Vox AC10 here, and man, this thing is special. I really love this amp. And it also has created me a lot of problems recently because I've been trying to shoot some videos. I've been trying to do some videos, and I actually have a backlog of videos that I have to do. But this thing right here stops me because as soon as I plug it in, I just can't stop playing it, and in a matter of seconds, 3 hours go by and I just lose the time that I have to shoot videos. But at least I've been playing a lot of guitar and I've had a lot of fun with this thing. It just sounds beautiful. I think it's the perfect amp for a bedroom situation and if you want to gig it, because the volume and the gain are very interactive. Also with the EQ, because the EQ only has the treble and bass, but it's very interactive and you can basically set it up for any guitar that you want. So I can set it up for my jazz box, I can set it up for this, for the Telecaster. It just sounds amazing. So if you haven't, you should definitely check out one of these amps. So without a shadow of doubt, if you're looking for a bedroom amp that you want to play and you also have prospects for gigging in a local bar or something like that, this amp will definitely do you good. It's just amazing. You can sit with it, plug it straight in, and it's just gonna sound amazing. There's gonna be a separate video for all of these. I mean, I'm probably gonna do another video about this guitar since it had the pickups change, and I'm also gonna do a video about the Vox as well because this definitely deserves its dedicated video. And last but not least, in the chain, we have the incredible Line6 HX Stomp XL, and this thing is just, I mean, in my opinion, it's probably the best piece of gear of the last decade because, I mean, it packs a lot of things. You can just use it as a pedal board because it has awesome effects in it, especially the time-based effects and the modulations. And recently added the pitch effects, the poly pitch, for example. I have it set up on this preset right here, which is this button right here. And I mean, it's just so much fun to play around with. And I would imagine if you're gigging, if you take this this whole combination and all of a sudden your amps just die out, or you're not in the situation to turn up your amp, you can definitely plug this straight in front of house and you're gonna have amazing sounds, because I do enjoy the amp models in here. I play this with my studio monitors a lot, but for this situation, it just works perfectly as a pedal board. I mean, I can set up any effect that I want. I can set up 3 delays if I want to, provided DSP allows, and it's just a workhorse. I mean, I also have to say thank you to Line6 for sending me this, and I get to keep this, which is just awesome. And I'm so glad that I do because I use this on a daily basis. And again, as I said, there's going to be a dedicated video about this one as well. So before we start hearing some tones from this combination, I also want to let you know that what you're looking at right now is my new camera, and I'm testing things out. This doesn't look exactly what I want it to look like, but it's way better than it was before, in my opinion. So I'm really excited about that. And I also wanted to let you know the recording rig that I'm using right now, which is so compact, so portable, and so awesome. I'm using the Zoom H6, which Zoom actually sent me, and I'm so grateful for. This thing is just a lifesaver. I mean, if you don't want noise from computers or anything, or if you're on the go, you just plug this in, put a microphone on it. You can also use the microphones on board. I'm actually doing that for the audio right now for my voice, and my guitar is mic'd up with a Lewitt LCT 140 Air, which is an awesome condenser mic, and it's great for recording amps, great for recording vocals, and also acoustic guitars and stuff like that. So yeah, the setup is becoming more and more what I want it to be, especially the Zoom H6 is helping me a lot. because, as I said, it's really compact, it's really portable, and it's really good. So without further ado, let's start to get some tones, and let's see what we can do with this rig. So first off, what I did for this solution is I bypassed the volume from the HX Stomp, meaning that there's no potentiometer in between the HX Stomp and the amp. So I don't have to rely on the volume that's located back here on the HX Stomp XL. And that gives you a lot of flexibility. You can set up presets for your pedal board stuff, and then you can set up another bank or a couple of banks with amp models in them, and then you can for those patches you can activate the volume knob, which is very helpful in that case. So let's hear some tones, guitar straight into the amp, no effects engaged on the HX Stomp XL. So this is the clean tone I have. I'm gonna post a picture of the controls from the Vox, and I mean the volume and gain are pretty low. The bass is 12 o'clock, the treble is pulled down slightly, and the reverb is also at 12 o'clock because I'm a reverb addict. So let's fire up some tones and see what we can get. Yeah, I know it's a lot of reverb, don't judge me on that, but the clean that's coming out of this Vox is just majestic, and I really enjoy it with humbucker pickups. And these ones, thank you Martin, they really sound awesome in this guitar. So what I will do with this is, the volume is not that high in the room right now. I mean, this is very practical to use, just like sitting in the couch. You can have this amp beside you, turn on some reverb, and I bet you're gonna play all day long. And I think that's a sign of a good piece of gear, is if you play it a lot, if you dig it, and I mean, there's nothing you can go wrong with that. So that's the bass tone. As I said, I can definitely just hang out all day and play that, no problem at all. But let's start to get to have some fun with the Line6 HX Stomp, because as I said, this thing has a lot of potential. I mean, starting off with something fun, for example, the poly effect. So one thing that I also do like about the Line6 HX Stomp a lot is the touch capacity buttons, which means if you wanna adjust an effect on the fly, if you're at a gig and you wanna adjust it, you don't have to go through menus at all. You just have to touch it with your finger, and it just brings you to the page. Of course, you can scroll through a couple of pages. Don't get me wrong. It's a modeler. It has a computer in it. It's not analog. It's not that intuitive as an analog pedal, but it also is very easy to handle around, because it's just one unit, one power supply, and that's it. You don't even need a pedal board. You can just put some rubber feet, and that's it. So yeah, that's a really big selling point for me, is these touch capacity buttons. But I mean, it's a small thing, but it's very useful. So let's start with the poly pitch effect. So this is the poly pitch effect. As I said, you touch it right here and it shows up on the screen. You can set up all the settings, and for this point, at this point I have it set at interval -7. I think it just came stock like that. So it changes the tuning of the guitar, it changes the pitch, and it sounds something like this. It's very fun. I mean, that is a really good weapon for endless noodling, which, I mean, since we're talking about noodling, I think we diss on it a little bit too much, because, I mean, if you noodle, you're still practicing your muscle memory, but that's going to be a topic for another video. So let's turn off this effect. I mean, it was really fun. And let's turn to something more utilitarian, which is the drive pedal. So I have set up a Diana drive, which is based on a Zen drive, as I believe. And on the neck pickup, it sounds something like this. There's a lot of options that you can choose, but I really dig this Diana drive. I also had a rumble drive, I believe, and it's technically that pedal in here, the Zen drive. It's based on a Dumble, a long story. It sounds awesome. I love it. In my opinion, it sounds great, so I definitely would use this in a gig or anything. I mean, it's just really fun. So another thing that Line 6 is known about is their delay and time-based effects. So as I told you, I have plenty of delay on my Vox right now, but you can also change that with the Line 6 HX Stomp. So what you can do is you can add another reverb on top of the reverb that's on the Vox and make it sound more radical and more ambient, more ethereal sounding. So in this preset, so you see, it was really easy to just go from that effect to this just by pressing this button. I mean, just touching it. So we're going to this Ganymede. I don't know if you pronounce it like that, but yeah, it's a reverb on the Line 6 HX Stomp, and it just sounds something like this. And as I said, if you want to change something, you press it. For example, I want more decay. You just roll this up. Oops, roll this up and if I go through every effect, it's going to be a long video, but I am in fact doing a dedicated video about the Line 6 HX Stomp XL, and I'm going to talk about all my favorite features. I mean, I did talk a lot about it, but there's a lot of other things that I like about this pedal, and in fact about this whole combination. I mean, it's really portable. If you think about it, you just have to hold the amp in one hand and the guitar on the other hand, and maybe throw this in a backpack or something. So I mean, what more can you ask for? I do get it if you're not a digital fan, you're not gonna want the HX Stomp, or if you're a solid state amp player, you're not gonna love the Vox. And I do have a very good option for a solid state, but that's gonna be for another video. It's sitting right there and it's fucking amazing. Oh, I said fucking on my channel. I think it's the first time that I'm saying that, but it's freaking amazing. Another thing that I do like about the Line 6 are the modulation effects that they offer. So let's see, for example, the Vox AC10 unfortunately doesn't come with the tremolo, and I really do love the tremolos on the AC15s and AC30s. So in order to compensate for that, There's a bias tremolo right here. Is this it? Yeah, a harmonic tremolo, in fact, right here on the HX Stomp. So that sounds something like this, for example. This amp makes me go crazy. Fucking love it. I really love it. So yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. I wanted it to be a quick one. I wanted to test out the setup, and I mean, as you can probably tell from my facial expression, for the vocabulary choice, I'm definitely in love with this rig, and I would definitely consider, if you're looking for something like this, do not hesitate and just go for it. I mean, this also sounds really good with the Telecaster that I have. It's not that it's a setup very limited. And as I said, the title of this video is my most versatile rig. And I mean, I don't think there's anything that can beat it, to be honest. As I said, some of you won't like the fact that the Line6 is digital and you're gonna want a smaller pedal board, which is totally fine. And there's gonna be some of you that want a solid state amp instead of a tube amp. But I mean, this one is really, I mean, it's full tube, only the reverb is digital, but it's very usable for so like in a small bedroom or something like that. And it's also not that heavy of an amp to carry around, and I don't think you need a lot of maintenance, because I mean, let's face it, this is a new amp. It's not going to break anytime soon, but once in a while you might have to change the tubes. So solid state might be a thing that you're looking for. So basically have everything you need on the HX Stomp XL. The guitar can be subjective. You can choose whatever you want, but I've been digging these pickups a lot on this PRS at the moment, so I chose this one. And I mean, same goes for the amp, but I don't know. I think like everyone should own a Vox amp, because it's something different. It's a total different animal. The cleans that this thing produces, that edge of breakup, and as I said, it's not that loud in the room, but it can be loud if you want it to, because I'm posting a picture of the settings, because they're on top, and the volume is just barely turned up, and it just sounds majestic. I would definitely love the opportunity to crank this amp, because I think that'll sound amazing. YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. This is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one. Bye bye.